everyone. Welcome to Family Sunday School, our final lesson on the Beatitudes. So, Jesus explained to the followers that they would face persecution when they lived out God's abundant love. The good news is we do not have to do this work alone. We are part of an ancient team, a team that partners with God to bring about love and justice. Jesus also told his followers to rejoice when they face persecution. Again, upside down, right? This is not easy to say to a middle schooler or a child who may feel isolated or rejected by peers. And these feelings can often lead to a deeper sadness and despair. Talk about your family action plan if someone begins to feel overwhelmingly sad and has sadness, and how should your children let you know if they are feeling down? Who else can they turn to talk to if they have problems and they feel that it's too big for them to handle? Who are the trustworthy members of your mental health care team? Remind your children that they are always available, that you are always available to support them if they feel discouraged, no matter what. And I'm sure most of you do. I'm sure you do. So with that, we will move on to our reflection, and which is our lesson, our activity, and closing. So I hope you enjoy this Family Sunday School, and I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. Hello everyone, Miss Lisa here, and we're in our final lesson of Jesus' Beatitudes. We are going to climb up the mountain. So how are we going to do that on our final lesson? I think Miss Lisa is going to walk and pretend that I'm holding a friend's hand. You can do that as well, or you could just simply walk yourself. You could climb the rock wall type climb the mountain, or maybe you're in a wheelchair and you want to go up the ramp, and we can pretend to do that. Okay, so let's climb up the mountain, shall we? We're going to count to 20. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My friend is chatty. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. We made it up the hill, our final trip up the mountain to see Jesus and all of his followers. Let's grab our binoculars and look at the crowd. Whoa! So many people followed Jesus and came up here to the mountain to be closer to God and to hear what Jesus has to say. And today, the lesson is, blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For in the same way they are persecuted the prophets who were before you. Wow, that's a long one this week, isn't it? Jesus wanted his Beatitudes with he ended his Beatitudes with a strong word of encouragement for all of us. In these final words of Jesus' blessing, Jesus again said his followers would be blessed in facing persecution. Wow. He knew this might be one of the toughest, hardest things keeping people from living out God's abundant love. Jesus told his followers and listeners it wasn't a matter of if they were persecuted, but when. He knows when they tried to follow and live out his teachings, they would lose friends and be disliked, or maybe hear people say things that badly about them or experience other harm. We know that to follow Jesus is to face what he faced. And Jesus experienced of all of these things. But the good news is that we are not alone. In this beatitude, Jesus, he pointed to the prophets, amazing and dedicated leaders who sided with the voiceless and the powerless. They faced a lot of persecution. Can you think of any prophets from the Bible? I'm wondering if you can. Maybe Elijah, Jeremiah, Daniel and the lion. Remember that story? You can point. There's so many. Dorothy Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Those are more modern day prophets, right? We are joining with people from the ancient past and the recent past, and people all over the world today. We are joining with children, teenagers, adults, and older adults. We join with people who want to create a world where people can live freely and without fear. But we have to do it together. We do. We also need to keep humble hearts and attitudes, because there may be times we misunderstand and persecute others. Yeah, sometimes we are the ones on the wrong side of a decision. Can you believe it? We are always learning and growing, and everyone has different experiences and perspectives. When we don't understand why someone does something, we need to ask questions rather than make judgments. Jesus told us to rejoice when we are persecuted. Does that make sense to you? Do you rejoice when people misunderstand you? Or maybe they say things to you, mean things to you? Do we rejoice? It isn't easy. But Jesus reminded us that when we make brave choices, even if they are unpopular choices, we are creating a world that looks more like God's home. We also have a whole family of faith who is with us, right? Our family. People who follow God thousands of years ago and people today, and who are with us as we follow in faith, and that is worth celebrating, isn't it? It is. So, my gift to you, my favorite part, is to give you a blessing, right? So a blessing is a gift, as you remember. So hold out your hands for my gift. And when I give you the blessing, bring it to your heart, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. So hold out your hands. And my blessing is, may you be blessed with joy and a whole team of supporters as you partner together to make the world a better place. Now take that blessing back to your heart and hold it close. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you in the next activity, okay? We'll see you in a bit. Thanks, bye for now. And it's it's a story that you fill in the blanks. So if we were all together, I would read the story and ask the children to fill in the blanks. So I'm going to read this silly story. It says, "Nobody goes alone, a silly story." And when you're all together, maybe you can fill in the blanks, okay? So, nobody goes alone. Once upon a time, there was a group of children who noticed a problem with their school playground. There was plenty of space to play blank, blank, and blank. So maybe soccer. I don't know. You fill in the blanks, okay? You're going to put 3 games that children play. But there wasn't any safe place for their friend Taylor to play. Taylor used specialized crutches to walk, and the grassy surface of the school playground was difficult for her to play on. One of Taylor's favorite playground activities was blank. Okay? But the grass and sand made it almost impossible. During recess, Taylor would have to sit on a bench and blank. Taylor's best friend, Noah, got frustrated every day and would say, and it's in quotes, what would he say, or he or she? "I wish that this place were better for my friend." One day, Taylor and Noah talked about the problem with their parents over a delicious meal of, and you had to pick 3 things. What did they have over that meal? The grown-ups listened carefully and thought about the problem. Did you know that Taylor has a right to access the playground? Maybe the school needs to be reminded of that right. Yes, Taylor and Noah both exclaimed. So on the second page, Taylor and Noah made an appointment to meet with the principal, Ms. Reed, in her big blank office. They told her about the problem, but Ms. Reed just shook her head. Did you shake it this way? Did you shake it this way? "I don't know where we could find the money to make those changes this year. I know it's important, but we just can't afford it. We already used up all the money from the blank sale. Maybe next year." Taylor and Noah were discouraged. They felt as blue as blank. Over the next few weeks, they spoke with their parents, with the parent leaders, other teachers, and even the school board. Everyone said the same thing: we can't afford it. Some people even said mean things like, "Why would we spend all that money on one child? Oh, why is it so important for her to play during recess?" This made Noah angry, and it made Miss Lisa angry too, and it made Taylor sad. Noah said, "How do we help everyone understand that this isn't about one person, it's about all of us? When one of us can't play, it hurts everyone." "Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Noah?" asked Taylor. Taylor asked. "I think so," Noah responded. "So let's have a protest in blank." Their parents nodded with approval. "Sure, we can make posters and blank and blank. Then we can march to the school and remind everyone that all children should be able to use the playground." Within a few weeks, word spread, and the teachers, the school administration, that's the principal, and most of the community decided that this protest was very important. In fact, before the protest was even finished, they had convinced Principal Reed to make the necessary adaptations to the playground. Within 3 months, Noah and Taylor were walking side by side all over the playground. They felt good knowing that students would be able to enjoy the accessible playground for many years to come. Well, you know what? I don't think that's a silly story at all. I don't know why they called it a silly story, but you can make it silly, I guess. Hi everybody, Miss Lisa and Ginger here for our closing for Family Sunday School, the Beatitudes. Yep. So we have this. There's a lot to color on this page. Oh, it's wonderful. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and litter all kinds of evil against you. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not litter, it's utter. All kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. A lot of words to color, but oh, it can be so colorful and beautiful. So, remember, when you color this and you complete it, bring it back to Miss Lisa when we get together again, okay? So, the discussion questions. How do you like to celebrate? I know how I like to celebrate. So who do you join with to create a world where people can live freely and without fear? Who helps you? And who are some of the most joyful people you know? I know a lot at our church. And why do you think they are truly joyful? Why? What does joy in following Jesus look like? What does it look like? I like that question. And the last one, who are people of faith that you look to for encouragement when you feel discouraged or struggle to follow Jesus' example? So there's some space in between each discussion question. You can jot down a little answer or a picture to complete the page, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed the Beatitude lessons. We're going to have some Advent lessons coming up starting next week. So I hope you enjoy those. I know I will, and Ginger will. She's getting a little tired, I think. So Ginger, shall we say a prayer, huh? Come on over here. Come on, let's say a prayer with everyone. Ready? Let's bow our heads. Are you ready? Dear God, you are our biggest joy and hope. Thank you for all our siblings of faith who encourage and keep us strong. Help us encourage others. Plant our feet in your promise to always be our support, no matter what we face. We pray others will see and know you because of our unshakable joy. Amen. So let's celebrate, and I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We can be grateful and thankful for everything that God and Jesus has taught us. And don't eat too much turkey or pie, okay? So, until next week, bye for now. Bye from Ginger and I. Say goodbye. Oh, I think she wants a nap. We'll see you soon. Bye.